So I've been using the Yarbo Yard Robot for over a month now, and it's gone through several of our winter storms here in Pennsylvania, and I want to let you know how it worked. Welcome back to Josh's Smart Home. I've been building out my smart home for almost 10 years now, and I want to bring you along on my journey and share what I can with you so your home can be smarter. So as I said, I've had this Yarbo Yard Robot for maybe a month and a half or 2 months now, and I've used it in several winter storms here in Pennsylvania, including one while I was at CES in Las Vegas. I ran it from my hotel room, used my Reolink cameras and monitored it, and I'll let you know how everything worked, the positives and negatives, and I'll show you what the initial setup was like, you know, just a couple of the items that you have to set up before you can run it, and talk about the mapping, and then show you the snow blowing as well as the snow plowing. So when you're setting up the Yarbo Yard Robot, you need to mount the RTK antenna, which is like the main data center for the Yarbo. And here you can see I have it mounted at the top of the corner of my house here. And I just bought a siding block from Amazon or Lowe's or somewhere, and then ran a FireAvert Ethernet that I had up here for a potential camera right up through the pipe and then up to the unit. I also ran a grounding wire from the unit down through the pipe and then back through the corner trim piece and then down into the ground here at the corner. So this is fully connected here, and it uses the FireAvert Ethernet, and then it uses Halo to connect to the unit from here, and also connects to the satellites to get a triangulation between this module and the core itself. For the Yarbo itself, it takes just standard household electric. So for right now, I just have a temporary line run over here behind our parking pad. And then we have the unit on top of the wireless charger. And the wireless charger is just fastened to the ground. You can see right in here, there's, I think, 8 of these that are bolted down into the concrete here, and that's how that stays secure. And then there's like a cover for the wire at the back so it doesn't catch it with a snowblower or anything. And then the rest I just have tucked behind the pad for right now, but later on I'm probably going to put a different outlet out here and streamline the cord so that we don't have any issues there. You can see I have the higher antennas on the unit. They recommend these for the snow in case it piles up, and then for the summertime you can put the lower antennas on so that it doesn't catch on any tree limbs or anything like that. So that's the extent of having to place modules at your house and place the unit on it. For mapping, that's done on the app, and it's a pretty easy process. You just drive it around the edge of your driveway. So what I did was I did a couple different segments here. So I did the main part of the driveway out until it's right near the road, and then at the road I did a separate segment in case the plows pile it up, or if I wanted to be extra cautious with it running out by the road. And then the last area that I mapped was right out here for the sidewalk. So I have just a sidewalk strip that it does. So my normal procedure is I have it do the end of the driveway, the main part of the driveway over here, and then go over and do the sidewalk. And then it comes back, and then it has a path that it follows right back to its charging station here. I'm going to show you what it takes to convert this from the plow over to the snowblower. So these are just some, finger bolts here that you have. So we'll take these 3 off. And as you can see, you can just do that with your hands. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And this is the last one coming out on this side. And you can use other bolts, but I really prefer the finger bolts because I can come out and just use these when it's really cold out and I want to do something really quick and easy. Super easy with these. And then after these 6 are off, you just pull it right away and you immediately have the auger exposed. There is a grill for the front, and I was concerned about not using the grill at first, but these pieces on the side do stick out further. So even with our sidewalk against the step and everything, didn't have any issue with this. It, hit against this. The very first time I sort of gritted my teeth a little bit, hoping my auger, didn't hit my steps and break the concrete or anything. No harm, no foul there, and it bumped against this like it should, and no issue. So really neat there. Next, I'll show you taking the studs off of the treads, because the treads do come with studs. I put a couple of them on from when we had really icy conditions, but I'm going to go ahead and take these off. So to take off the studs, it's as simple as grabbing your drill and using the included bit, and then you take it out, and that's it. And putting them in is just as easy. You pop them into your drill, line them up, and put them right in. So I'm going to take these off, and then I'll let you know what it was like actually running it and the positives and negatives. Here's the part you really want to know. How does it work? So I'm going to start with the snow blowing piece, because I did that first while I was in Vegas at CES, and I did it remotely, and then I did it while I was home with a really tough storm. And I will say overall it did a really great job. You can see from the clips, you know, that was the one while I was in Vegas, and then the one while I was home, that was a really tough storm. So we got water, you know, rain and ice and everything at the beginning, and that did end up clogging it up, particularly at the end of the driveway. And part of it was probably my fault, because I used the grill in the front, and I didn't have the turbo on, and I had like a little piece on the front of the, you know, the chute there. So it could have been better from my perspective, but it really was a really tough storm for it. I will say, if you want to see the full videos, I have the full video from when I was in Vegas that I'm going to link up here. So if you want to check that one out, you can watch the full unedited video and see how it really did for that snow. That was a couple inches of snow, you know, a few inches over the course of the day or whatever, but you can see it was actively snowing during the video. And then for the other piece, I do have clips, so you can see some of them here where I'm just going to go over, you know, how did it do? And you can see overall it did pretty good. Even our you know, gas snowblower that I would have ran myself, I would have had some of these same issues, because that's just such a difficult storm with the ice underneath and then all the snow on top. And then let's jump over to the snow plow, and how did that work? It worked really well overall in the main part of the driveway, especially. The couple of issues that I had there were regarding the edges of the driveway and down at the road, where it was really heavy and piled up after we got a lot of snow. It couldn't push it all the way to the edge of the driveway, so it would push until it couldn't, and then eventually give up. But it would take it a long time till it would give up. I would have rather seen it just push a little bit and be like, yeah, it's really close, I'm going to stop here, because you can't really push that many inches of snow off the driveway. It just gets caught on itself, kind of thing. The same with the shovel, you couldn't do it with that either. So it's to be expected, but overall it worked really well. I had a friend over that you can see in a little bit of the video that I'll be linking up here. If you want to see the whole unedited video, just click that link. But I had a friend over, and he was really impressed as well with how well it worked, how it was covering the area, overlapping, and I didn't have to do anything, and it was cleaning my driveway off. It started to rain out there, so I brought it inside the garage to give you my final thoughts, the good and the bad. So the positive is I didn't have to snowblow for either of our storms. Another positive, I could do this remotely. So my wife was inside sipping her cup of tea, looking out the window as the driveway is getting cleared. And all I did was hit the button from Vegas and then monitor it through my rear link cameras. And while I was in Vegas, you know, several people asked me what the coolest thing I had seen at CES was. And I frequently said the Yarbo, and I already own it. And I would show them a clip, and they were just amazed by how awesome it was, and the fact that I ran it from my hotel room in Vegas in my house, you know, at my house in Pennsylvania. So that's really neat. It did a really good job overall. Left, you know, just a little thin layer here or there. Our driveway's not completely flat. It's got some divots from, you know, just driving over it and that type of thing. So it does a really good job there. I'm going to jump over to the negatives now that I told you the awesome positives. So the negatives, I did have to go out at one point and change, you know, put the plow blade on. It's a pretty easy process, as I showed you earlier with those thumb screws. But I did have to do that in the storm because the auger, you know, and everything, the chute and everything got backed up, and you know, the ice was just too much and I didn't want to have to go out and clear it out consistently, so I figured I'd plow instead. Regarding the plow blade, the edges became a problem. So what I did was I took the plow blade off at one point and then ran the blower, you know, the snow blower, just around the edge. And then that allowed it to clear that edge path and then go back to the plow and, you know, very easily clear right to the edge again. So that was my workaround. It would be nice if there's a way to say, you know, just ignore the edges, you know, move in the edges or something as the storm continues if you have a lot of snow, so that you didn't have to worry about that plow blade not making it all the way to the edge. The tracks, I did have the studs off to try to protect our driveway. With the ice, I did end up putting them on. I don't know if it made a difference or not. I only put a few of them on. It did have some scratches on our sidewalk that I saw. So the cement seemed to have some scratches, but the blacktop, I didn't see any scratches or anything there. So not a huge concern. But I think I'm just gonna keep them off. I don't think I need the studs on. I don't know that they made much of a difference, and I'd rather protect our our property here and keep our sidewalk and parking pad, nice and clean, and hopefully, not too many scratches. Probably the biggest negative that exists is right now they don't have all the features enabled. So some of the obstacle avoidance and everything is not enabled. So if you have somebody that parks in your driveway, you'd have to be concerned with the Yarbo, potentially hitting it or throwing snow on it, that type of thing. You can do no-go zones and prevent it from going into that area. And that'll help, in most instances if you have a car parked there. But if somebody pops in, say FedEx, UPS, the mail person, whoever it is, and they just pop into your driveway, that is a concern for their vehicle. Obviously, not a concern for the people because person detection is on. And, when I was videoing different times, I had to hide in the garage when I was trying to, or watch it or whatever I was doing. I was hiding in the garage so that it didn't see me, because if it sees you, it'll say person detected, on the speaker on it, and then just stop. And this has become a pretty common sight where you see people drive down the road, they stop, they back up. They admire the Yarbo, and just overall a lot of excitement and joy for this product. I mean, check out this reaction.
Yeah, we don't know. It's like a snow blower, snow plow. That's pretty cool.
And we've had a lot of people asking about it. Our garbage person, on the other side of the road, he stopped right in the middle of the road and said, "What is that thing? How does it work? How's that, doing for you?" That type of thing. Because I was out a couple times monitoring it. Our mail person asked me about it. She was astounded by the fact that when we were, when she came, I had, run it, and she's like, "Did this clean off your whole driveway?" And yeah, it definitely did. And she was just, stunned again by the fact that it could clean the whole driveway off. I didn't need to do it. If you want to check out the Yarbo, I do have a link in the description below, so feel free to check it out. And if you like this video, check out this one right here. I think you're going to love it.